Alright, so yes, I still got my Christmas tree up. And what we got going on? I'm about to go live on YouTube because I like going live over on YouTube. I built a little community over there. I'm gonna talk about my skincare routine because somebody did comment and was like, my skin is gold. But the reality is, it's very no filter. Skin be skinning. I mean, that's why when you mind your business and you drink your water, drink water and mind your business. So, yeah. But with that being said, so the night routine is actually also pretty simple. It is, what do I use? I use the Dove, no, not the Dove, the Dial, the Gold antibacterial soap. And I use the La Roche-Posay niacinamide. It comes in like a little purple bottle. I'm not gonna go get it, but it comes in a little purple bottle. Um, it has like some UV something in it, so you gotta put it on at night. It's not something you can put on during the day. And that's really it. Now, when I don't use that, I'll use I have like the Glow Recipe toner and the moisturizer, which I really like, the watermelon, whatever. But yeah, we're over on YouTube, so we about to go live on YouTube in a little bit. But yeah, it's the third day of the year, first Friday. Black Girl Say Something posts an episode every Friday of the month. I don't know, I like the hat kind of down like this. So I post an episode every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I Last year we had started posting episodes the last Friday of the month over on YouTube. And then December kind of came and I was like, I'm gonna just go live every I'm gonna go live every month. But I think what I want to do is like makeup and a story time, or makeup and chat, and kind of do it like that. Keep it real cute. I don't know yet. Like, tell me what y'all want to see over on the YouTube, because I want to keep going, being consistent with creating the videos, but I don't know uh what the people want to see, because I do have something to say, but I don't want to do too much on the YouTube and have it be redundant over on the podcast. But I am in this process since the podcast started in 2022. For this year, I'm going to be listening back to the old episodes, because that's the whole purpose of the podcast, was for me to be able to talk to my future self. So when my future self listens to my past self, I can see how much I've grown. So while this black girl does have something to say, I'm sure um, that it's for me. Like, I know everything I say on the podcast is for me. Like, people have told me, like, oh yeah, what you say, it touches me and this, that, and the third. But they just don't know I'm really talking to myself and affirming myself. And oh, I should use my little microphone, huh? Let me see if does it sound better with the mic? I don't even know how this goes. Let's see. I did lose an adapter. And so for that reason. But yeah, so y'all responded quite naturally to a video that I posted where I was saying we cleaned out my great aunt's house, so we have like a bunch of VHS tapes. Now I want to buy a VCR and see if these movies work. Um, do I need to charge this one? I don't know. But I want to get a VCR now because we have all of these VHS tapes and I want to know if they work. I mean, it takes me back. It's a little nostalgic and it takes you back to a moment in time. Earlier this year, I was cleaning my house and I found 2 DVD players and my old CD collection of burnt CDs and just had to take my daughter through like, child, let me tell you something. It was a time because you would, I remember when, if music is your love language like it is mine, if you was going to apologize to me, you was going to have to burn a CD and put the songs on there to indicate that you was apologizing. And I never burnt no CD for nobody, but I had quite a few burnt CDs gifted to me. So I found my CD collection and I put them in a DVD player. And she was like, oh, y'all used to have some bops back in the day. And I'm like, a lot of these songs you can't find on no Apple Music. You gotta, the thing for me is I drive a Tesla, so I can't even play CDs. And when I did have my earlier, a couple years ago, I used to drive a 2004 Lexus, and I was like, dang, you could listen to CDs. It had a 6 CD exchanger. And so I just like, dang, I don't have that car no more. And I done found all these CDs. Let me put the light a little higher. But welcome to the live. So yeah, subscribe to our YouTube. The link is where, where you can find the link. The link is where you can find the link. And we also have subscriber-only episodes on the podcast. If you have Spotify, that's where you'll get the subscriber-only episodes. But what do we have going on? Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so we're in the 3rd day of the year. I lost my Duolingo streak, y'all. I'm learning Haitian Creole, and I went on a cruise for 5 days. And honestly, I had anticipated doing the Duolingo. I did it like one day while I was on the cruise, and the next day when I went on, I had lost my streak, and I was just like, losing your streak is like, oh my gosh. Like, I was so close to hitting a year on my Duolingo streak, and I lost it, and I feel so like, oh, thank you for the likes. Yeah, I feel so, I'm devastated that I lost my Duolingo streak. Anywho, thank you for the likes. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube. I'm about to get off of here and go live over there. I don't know. I'm trying to decipher for the rest of this year, how do I want to go about my presence on YouTube. I started out the year taking YouTube seriously and posting like 1 episode a month because I post an episode every Friday for the podcast. And then December came and I was like, I'm going to go live every day for YouTube. And so I did really like that. I liked going live every day. I went live every day for the month of December, participating in what they call over on YouTube Vlogmas. And so that was I liked it a lot, actually. And then I got the ability to come and go live over here on TikTok, which I'm not consistent with going live because, again, I don't want all of the content to be so redundant. But because the podcast is a podcast of one where this Black girl has something to say, I'll make sure to go follow. Oh, thank you. Yeah, but because I don't want all of my platforms to have redundant content or the same content, I know people are like, repurpose the content. There's this transitional phase of being on the different platforms that it's like, hey, if I'm getting that same content over here on her TikTok, why would I go subscribe to her YouTube? And the YouTube is very different. The YouTube, like, because I was going live every day for the month of December, you got to see me live and in action, like on the cruise. You got to see me getting ready for Christmas, doing my makeup as we got ready for the Christmas dinner on the cruise. Like, it's a different type of content. Yes, it's the same person, but it's different. I feel like over here, I'm definitely like not gonna have my hair done, wig braids with a hat on. Over there, I'm a little bit more cutesy, and especially I'm a year into learning, a year into doing my own makeup. So because of that, I'm like have that presence over there, and I'm known for that over there. Whereas over here, it's kind of like, girl, you've been going through. And so over here I talk about like the things that I've been through already. So when people come and they be trying to give advice, oh girl, you this, you that, it's like, that's why I would have never told any of my business prior to not getting through it. So yeah, I'll stitch a video real quick and give a realization. Just like, there's a few things happening. Like, I saw my For You page and I saw somebody say, I would rather just come on here and kiki and laugh. But I know we only a couple days into the year, but I saw a video where a girl got like the text message, and she responded, the text message from USPS, and she responded to it. And now she's like, oh, make sure that don't happen to y'all. And I'm just like, girl, that wasn't going to happen to us because we knew it was fake. Even if I'm waiting on a package from Temu, and we know all Temu packages come from across the water, most of them, I'm going to get a text. I have two phones. One is my personal phone, one is my business phone. Now, my business number was previously my personal number turned business. So I've had that number for the better part of, my daughter's 14. So I've had that number for the better part of like 15 years. And then the personal number that I've transitioned to, I've had that number for the better part of 4 years. So you mean to tell me you get a text message to your phone from the U.S. Postal Service telling you that you need to put your card number in to verify your package because your package address is not correct? Like, does that even sound like it makes sense? So it's like, how you get caught up in that. So there's that. Then there's the other video that I saw over here where the girl surprises her boyfriend at the New Year's Eve party, and he thought she was working. And the way he looked at her in disgust, and he looked at his homeboys like, how we finna have fun now because she here? I just be seeing stuff, and I just be scrolling, and it's like, I think I'm going, that's another thing too. As somebody who's building this online social media presence, because I was always, like I said, I've had my podcast since 2022, July 1st, 2022. I started my podcast, and I was fine with being the faceless podcast. I've had guests on, and even when I have guests on, we don't go by names. Only recently, like I said, transitioning into the visual space of the podcast, it's like I tend to do major internet detoxes. And when I do that, I would get off the internet for a whole year, or I would get off for 6 months or 3 months. Like, it happens in rotation. It'll just happen because it'll be like one day. It wouldn't even be something consciously that I'll do where I say, you know, I don't want to be on here. I just won't pick up my phone unless I need to make a phone call or a text. But I think that goes back to innately, I'm like old school. When it comes down to it, I come from a time where not everybody had a phone, or some of your, in your friend circle, some of y'all had a phone and some of y'all didn't. So I could go cold turkey and not even pick up my phone. Like, if nobody called me, I ain't calling nobody. If I ain't got to call a company about a bill or pay a bill or I just won't pick up the phone. So I'm like, oh, I'm getting that itch where I just don't want to be on the internet while still maintaining an internet presence. So I'm scheduling out the content as we currently speak. Like, for I want to do, let me tell you, let me slow down because I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to schedule everything for January and February so that this way I can take my time off as I normally do. And then when the year actually really starts in March for spring, I can say, okay, I'm back on the internet, but it's for fun now and not for work necessarily. But yeah, so we do have subscriber only content on the podcast, and those are kind of like not filler episodes, but they are the episodes where if you listen to the podcast regularly, you'll be like, she didn't really elaborate on that. And so the subscriber only episodes are where I elaborate more because, again, some of the things can be just public out there for everybody to hear when I'm talking about like dating. Because my daughter listens to the podcast. So when I'm talking about like dating, when I'm talking about just certain things that have transpired with the workplace or a client or customer or let me see, what else do I talk about on there? Some things that I do, like I created last year a summer bucket list. So, there's still some mystery there, and it'll be like if you're a subscriber, then you hear that and you're like, oh, you can kind of put two and two together. Welcome to the live. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the likes. It is appreciated. But yeah, so we have a lot of things. And I just want to enjoy life, honestly. I'm not in the business of I'm not really in the business of wanting to become a content creator. I have so many other things that I do. I just made December 18, I made 11 years as a business owner, and I'm humbled and appreciative of the people who have allowed me the opportunity to help them see all of these years. So my business is I'm an optician with a doctorate in health science. And so we filled a prescription for glasses and contacts. We've done the research. We've created the business plan, the SOPs. Like, this goes way back to humble beginnings. And yes, we are over here on TikTok, Top Notch Eyewear, wherever. Oh, my light went out. Now, it's been charging all day. You mean to tell me you want to go out? These little lights don't be really worth nothing when you really think about it. So, but anywho, let me see. And TikTok doesn't have the flash feature over here. Oh, now it looks so dark in here. And it's not even dark, but whatever. Oh, I forgot I have the charger right here. If it's going to charge it, because it's really the charger to my MacBook. It's the C-type situation. Yeah, so I want to be able to take this video. I'll probably just take this video and go ahead and post it to YouTube. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. Subscribe to our YouTube, as we are, we've been over there for the better part of a year. And really posting episodes, like going live every day for the month of December, was amazing. It was fun. It was fun. There were some days where, there was drab and it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta go live. But again, there's always something to say. There's always something to talk about. I did do my 2024 beauty favorites, as I had learned over the course since December 2023. I started to learn how to do my makeup, and the goal was so that I could be able to do my own makeup for my birthday, which was in October. And so I racked up a good portion of Sephora points, and welcome to the live. I racked up a good portion of Sephora points. Hi, Fortnite. Yeah, I racked up a good portion of points over at Sephora. So yeah, I think I did pretty good in creating a video talking about my 2024, beauty favorites that I've discovered. I also am somebody who, when it came down to, I didn't have issues with finding shade ranges and shade matches as a new beauty person, because I know the beauty community has had some issues with shade ranges for my deep complexion, my dark skin complexion. And to be quite honest with you, I was only taking the advice from the girlies who look like me. So finding my shade and all of that was easy. I used Vanessa Myricks for my foundation. Sephora has a good concealer that I like. NARS had one too, but again, I needed something that could last because I was using it so much. Amanda, welcome to the live. Wyatt, welcome to the live. So with that being said, y'all, I have to head over to, let's get this to 100 views. I'm at 93 views. Let's see. Oh, I guess I could ask over here because I was going to ask it anyways on YouTube. What is your word for 2025? What is your word for 2025? Like, when you think of 2025, what do you anticipate it to be? Now, my start out word, I could tell you, because there's two parts to the question. You answer one now, and then you won't answer one till the end of the year. So it's like, oh, what was my word for 2024? It was more. But what was my title for 2024? It was roller coaster. And that's after I've experienced 2024. And I gave a rating I was talking to somebody and I gave them a rating. I said, I would rate 2024 like a 4 out of 5. A 4 out of 10. A 4.5 out of 10. That's what 2024 is going to get. And I don't think I'm alone in being reluctant in what I anticipate for 2025, because 2024 came in and just was so shaky, so rocky. So, yeah. Hope. Yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. Welcome to the live. So with that being said, Black Girl Say Something airs an episode every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Amazon Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and so many more other platforms. You just want to search Black Girl, GIRL, Say Something, and wherever you see the black and purple flyer, that's us. Yolanda Cooking, welcome to the live. Yeah, so we post an episode every Friday. So there's an episode that was posted today. Yeah, this person says, just live life. I never watch the news or anything. I just focus on my loved ones and my friends. Same. When I'm talking about it being rocky, I'm talking about like the things that had taken place in my life. Like, 2024 came in, and just, shook some things up for me. So yeah, I stopped watching the news, I want to say 13 years ago. And then any news that I would get, I ended up, because I'm on Facebook too. I'm an older millennial. So any news that I used to get, I've unsubscribed from a lot of the things. The most news that I might get is what comes through from like the neighborhood watch people in my neighborhood. But aside from that, I stopped watching the news because, again, as I got more educated, like I got my bachelor's, my master's, and then my doctorate, it's like you come to learn like so much of our subconscious wiring is conditioned to be sad and depressed, because you start your morning off, you having your morning coffee or whatever. I don't drink coffee, but people start their morning off and they're reading the newspaper. And it used to be reading the newspaper for enjoyment, but then the newspaper started to become more of a source of like not good news, right? Or you watching the news in the morning while you're getting ready, and then you're on your way to work, and then subconsciously that is over you, and it's creating a kind of mess with your subconscious and creating depression. So yeah, I stopped watching the news a long time ago. I focus on family and friends. Yeah, the world problems, and a lot of times, unless you are well traveled, you have no idea like what is really going on in the world. And I say that as somebody who ultimately became well traveled over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, post COVID, like during COVID, post COVID. You find out like a lot of the things that are presented to us in such a manner, you go somewhere else, it's not presented that way. That's not even how it's happening. But yeah, with that being said, we're at 115 views. Oh, look at me over here on live. So I'm going to download this video. I guess I'm not going to go live on YouTube. I'm going to download this video, post it over to YouTube, and hope for the best because I'm supposed to be going live over there. But I went past the time. So hopefully, yeah. Thank you for tuning in with me.